The telegram arrived at 3:47 a.m. on February 1943. Lieutenant Colonel Doolittle stared at the coded message, his hands trembling from what he was reading. Hidden within the bureaucratic language was an order that would send thousands into a battle so secret, so vital, yet so forgotten that most people have never heard its name. World War II, D-Day, Pearl Harbor, Stalingrad. We know these battles. But what about the lightning strikes that came before? Tonight, we're uncovering the battles that changed everything, yet vanished from our textbooks. First stop, a frozen wasteland where 100,000 Soviet soldiers simply disappeared. The Battle of Rzhev. Ever heard of it? It lasted longer than Stalingrad and cost more Soviet lives than any other operation. An area the size of Switzerland, controlled by Germans jutting into Soviet territory like a dagger at Moscow's heart. But here's the twist. The Soviets were using it as a meat grinder. Marshal Zhukov orchestrated wave after wave of attacks against positions he knew were impregnable. Young conscripts charged frozen fields into machine gun fire, dying by thousands daily. When it ended in March 1943, Soviets lost 600,000 men, more than America lost in the entire war. But Stalingrad was saved. Now picture this, 1942, Japanese submarines surfacing off California, Oregon, Washington, not for invasion, to drop bombs in America's forests. Fugo balloon bombs. 9,000 paper balloons carrying 30-pound bombs launched from Japan, carried by jet streams across the Pacific. The plan was working. Balloons reached American soil, started fires, created panic. Then, a Sunday school picnic in Oregon became the only place civilians died from enemy action on continental U.S. soil. A pregnant woman and 5 children found the balloon bomb in the forest. When they moved it, it exploded. Japan never knew because America imposed total media blackout. Meanwhile, in Burma's jungles, Merrill's Marauders, 3,000 American volunteers promised a short mission, got a 1,000-mile march through hell on Earth. Within weeks, every marauder suffered malaria, dysentery, typhus. Men lost 50 pounds, some died standing up. Yet they achieved the impossible, beat Japan at jungle warfare. November 13, 1942, Guadalcanal. USS Washington alone against 14 Japanese warships. Admiral Lee had the world's most advanced radar and gunners trained for darkness. In 7 minutes, they turned Japan's pride battleship Kirishima into floating inferno. First-time radar decisively won naval battle. At Bletchley Park, England's brightest minds fought a war against German Enigma code. Alan Turing's team worked 18-hour days breaking unbreakable puzzles. Breakthrough came from weather reports always starting, "Weather for today." By 1943, Britain read Hitler's mail before his generals. Breaking Enigma shortened the war by 2 years, saved 1 million lives. France, 1944. American tank crews at Aracourt rewrote armored warfare. While Germans fought individually, Americans moved like wolf packs. Fluid tactics appearing and vanishing like ghosts. 2 weeks, Americans destroyed 285 German tanks, lost only 25. Kill ratio still studied today. Secret weapon nearly changed everything. Nazi V3 supergun. Cannon with a 400-foot barrel through a mountain, firing from France to London, 100 miles. When Canadians captured the site September 1944, superguns were 95% complete. D-Day delayed 2 months? London faced bombardment worse than the Blitz. Final story, May 5, 1945, 3 days before surrender. Itter Castle, Austrian Alps. Americans encountered unprecedented sight. German soldiers wanting to fight alongside them against SS guards. Battle of Itter Castle, Americans, Germans, French resistance together. Only time Americans and Germans fought as allies against other Germans. These forgotten battles, frozen Rezhenov, mathematical Bletchley Park, jungle Burma, radar warfare, remind us history is complex beyond simplified narratives. Each changed the war's course profoundly, Remember these stories. Soviet soldiers who died saving Stalingrad, mathematicians who fought with equations, tank crews who revolutionized warfare. History's greatest moments happen in deepest shadows. The battles we remember shaped the world we see, but the battles we forgot, those shaped the world we live in.